In this video, we are going to explore a unique function, which is very powerful and a dynamic array function. Before we going ahead, we need to understand what we are going to achieve in this video and what we can do with unique function. Let's say I have employees dataset working in different department, but I don't have a list of unique departments so I can achieve using this. And this is very powerful, as I already told, and used to create dashboard and the MIS report purpose. I can also use another inbuilt functions to get the count of unique departments. If my data is in column bar table, I can also achieve the same. I can extract the data and transpose in this format. If we have a value which is single in the multiple column, we can also extract the same. And if we have a data set, for some reason we cannot convert this into the data format, and we also want to make it dynamic so that whenever we add new data, it must add it in our result. We want to make it short in ascending and descending order. So all we can achieve using the unique function, which I'm going to explain in this video. So it is very important, as this function will be used in dashboard and the MIS and data analysis purpose. So let's get started. So first we will understand the syntax. So in the syntax we have three arguments. First is array, in which we will define the dataset from which we want to extract the unique values, and it is mandatory. Second is by column, which is optional. Here we need to define the logical value true and false. It is not mandatory, it is optional. And here we need to define if our dataset in the column, which I'm gonna explain in the example. And the third and the last argument is also an optional, in which also we will define true and false. And here, if we have any unique value and we want to extract it from multiple sources, first let's say we have department in which only single value is related to the operations department, all are repeated multiple times, but operations are coming only single times. So if we define true value in the third argument, we will get that kind of value. I'll show you this also in our example. So this is the syntax. Now let's get started with our example. So here we are using our employees related data set, which is converted into the table, and I have given a name called tab employee 1 for better understanding and identification. So here I need to extract the unique values of the department used in this dataset. So I will type equals to then unique. In the array we need to define the column. So I will put my cursor on the department tab. It will convert it into the down arrow. I will click over here and close the bracket and press enter. We got the unique list from this dataset, but I want to sort this data in the ascending order as well. So we have already discussed about the sorting function, and now I am using it here. So I will type sort function, and array would be the syntax of this array, which we already entered over here. I will close the bracket at the end and press enter. It will get sorted in ascending order, as ascending order is a default value in the second argument, where we tell the system whether we want ascending or the descending order, which we already discussed. If you want in descending order, then you have to define -1. Now we want to count the number of departments. So for this we will use count function. As we already know that we have two functions for count. Count is used to count the number values in a number of ranges, but count A used to count text as well as numbers. Our values are in the text, then we will use count a function. If we already used unique function in the same sheet, we can give the reference of that cell where we entered unique values. But at the end of this, I need to define whether it is a unique dynamic array function or not. For this, we will assign or enter hashtag. Then we will close the bracket and press enter. We got the number of departments. If I change the departments, it must be recalculate, and we will get the result immediately. Now we are moving to the next example. Now I will transpose my table into column. So I will use another dynamic array function, which we are going to discuss later in this course. So I'm using transpose, and I will give the reference of my complete table in the array, and I will close this bracket and press enter. Now we can see our all headers are in a single column in different rows, and our data set coming on the right hand side. Now my task is to retrieve the unique department values from this range. For this I will use unique function, And this time in the array, I need to define this range because it is not yet converted into the tabular. So if it is converted into the table format, I can give the range like before. Now I will give the cell range. I will select Shift Control right arrow key, come to the last cell of the dataset. I will close the bracket, and before closing the bracket, I need to define true value as we want to retrieve the unique values from the column. So I will press tab. You can see the true came in the formula bar. Now I'm going to close my bracket and press enter. We got the result, but result also coming in the different columns, which I want to transpose in rows. Now I'm gonna select my function once again. So in front of unique, I will type transpose, press tab, and at the end, I need to close the bracket and then press enter. You can see it is got converted over here and split at the last. If I will have any value in between this path, I will get the spill error, which we have already discussed. Okay, now our third argument explanation with the practical example. So now we use our third argument whenever we want to extract the value which is used single time in our array or dataset. So let me show you with the example. So I'm gonna type unique function. I'm gonna give array in the array as a department column. Now comma as our data in the row. You can omit this argument. Now select the true value, return item that appears exactly once. Press tab. Now close the bracket and press enter. We can see admin and operations are used single time in this particular data set. Now moving to our next example. So I'm gonna delete this value as well. So now our data set is not converted into the table format. So whenever in future new values or the new data added in this table, our result will get updated automatically immediately. So I'm gonna use filter function, which we already discussed, and link has been given in the description. You can watch it also. It is very important function as well. But before that, I want to show what is the error if I will not use the filter function. So I will use a unique function and I will give the reference of this particular range, and I will add some more ranges as in the future the data will be added in these columns. So I will add some blank rows as well. Now I'm gonna close and press enter. We can see in the last we have 0 because when we use dynamic arrays and there is no value in the cells of the data set we have given in the array argument, we will get the 0. That also we discussed in the first spill related video. Now we have to remove this 0. For this we will use the filter function. So I'm gonna delete this one. So I will give the logic before we start our function, that I'm gonna give my criteria. If the cell is blank, there is no need to include in our filter range. Simple. How we achieve this? I will type filter and I will give the range. So E up to E72, then comma. In the include also I will give the same range. And right now, instead of giving equals to, I will define not equals to. So this is the symbol whenever we have to give the, whenever we compare not equals to blank. Okay. Now I will close this bracket and press enter. So I'm getting the data, but it is repeated multiple times. Now I need to extract the unique values. So I will once again select that particular cell. I will copy this one and I will type unique, and in the array I will paste my function and I will close the bracket and press enter. We got the unique values. Now if you want to also sort this data in descending order, you can use unique. You can use the sort function which we already learned. So I will type sort function, press tab. So in the last I will enter 2 times comma, because in second argument we give the column number by which we want to do the sorting. In the third argument we assigned whether we want in ascending or descending order. So we want in descending order. So I will select -1, and now I will close this bracket and press enter. And now we got our data in the ascending order as well. So this is the way we use unique function. In coming videos, I will also give more practical examples so that the concept of creating the dashboards and using the dynamic array function will get clear, you will become good in creating dashboard and the MIS reports. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to the next video. Thank you.